Okay, so I'm gonna be running a solo Torment 6 Rift. It may go well, it may not. I've only been recently into Torment 6 and only in Act 1. So if I pull bad mobs, then we'll know I can't really handle Torment 6 right now. But I had a bit of a damage upgrade, and I had a huge toughness upgrade, which is what I think is gonna help me survive whatever's thrown at me in this rift. So let's just see if I could handle it. If this goes well, then I'll probably do more Torment 6 stuff solo and maybe get Cavo in the commentaries. But also, I have a bunch of gear for the other 3 elementals. So we'll try to do a bunch of elemental variations. With my high toughness gear, and then we'll try the elemental variations with like that gear mixed with the elemental gear I've saved up. I promise it won't all be... Oh man, it won't all be Wand of Woe. Oh, Thunderstorm! Thunderstorm Frozen Pulse! Hooray! The game loves me. No, I don't want you, Thunderstorm. I don't want you, Frozen Pulse. I don't want you. And they have extra health, too, which means this is just going to take forever to do. Come on. Yeah, I'm really glad I got the Enchantress with all of her tricks going on, too. It's so helpful to have enemies turn into chickens while having the charm and the armor and the attack speed buff. Did it. And I got some boots. Ah. Iron Toe Mud Sputters. I was hoping for something better. Yeah, my build is pretty simple. It's pretty much emphasize Wand of Woe and Mirror Ball, combined with the defensive spells for Mirror Image and Black Hole. Obviously with Energy Armor, Prismatic Armor, and Magic Weapon Deflection. I think it's one of the main reasons I survive so well in higher Torments is the deflection screen from Deflection, which is really, really good. It doesn't redeem Magic Weapon in my eyes, but it does make it bearable. Magic Weapon, for anyone that doesn't know, I really dislike the ability. I think it should always be passively on, and then it should more or less be what it is now, but it should have some sort of active component, like the pets for the Demon Hunter, laws, and mantras. The only thing I don't like about having my Enchantress with all of her abilities is the pushback ability. I'm sure I wouldn't mind it if I wasn't so tanky and all my damage was right around me, but because it is, I really would prefer her not to knock back. But having all of the abilities on her is just way too good. I'm also not big on Unity. I mean, I don't have 2 Unity rings to begin with, but I'd rather not use a cheap trick like that. It's why I don't have a Furnace either. I got one and I think I instantly broke it down. Not to sound snooty, but yeah, I'm not big on cheap tricks in games. Oh man, electrified. It seems like electrified is maybe a little too strong too, but that might just be me being a wizard having to stand next to electrified things with this current build. I think once PTR comes around and I'll have that nice meteor build, I'll probably not think the same. Chest armor. Tulls. I have no problem getting more Talrasha chests. I mean, I'd love to get more Talrasha amulets, but... Is that elite? That elite must have had Terror Demons as its minions. Oh man, it's like, oh geez, it's like Critical Mass Wicked Wind all over again. Only way cooler because I got black holes. Yeah, I'm actually not a huge fan of Wand of Woe, but it's probably the best wizard weapon for Arcane right now. So I'm using it. Let's go to level 2. Yeah, Shadows and Terror Demons are pretty easy draw. I want something a little trickier. The alternative I think would be Serpent Sparker would be pretty good with Arcane Hydras. My Serpent Sparker just isn't that great, and my Tasker and Theos are definitely not that great. So, not using them right now. I find it funny, I still have to pick up a lot of moves. Oh man. Yeah, the shield. Oh, I didn't want to go forward. Damn you, mirror images. Thank you, Elite Pack. Yeah, I used to have a really solid channeling build because Disintegrate, I think it's still my favorite ability just for what it is, but it's so underpowered, and I don't even know if changes in PTR are gonna be worth it. Especially with what they do with Star Pact. Star Pact is amazing on PTR. I'll probably do a run like this, just with the changes. Because I got to play around with it a little over the weekend, and actually a little last week, and it's really, really cool. I think the only problem I was having with it was I'm so used to doing this, where I just have a ton of mitigation and like a really easy to understand weapon, and I'm probably too used to doing like, I'm a wizard that runs up to the enemy and blows up in their face. And Meteor, like, you lose a lot of the defenses while using it, just from the nature of the build and what you need to keep dropping Star Pacts. I hope no one finds it annoying that I actively stop and destroy these things. Because my Wand of Woe actually dropped off of a pile of crap in some act somewhere. So, oops. So, I do actually try to break all the breakables because you do get stuff out of them. They are worth it. Nope. Too many dots right on my head. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I'm gonna avoid that health globe and save it. Nope. Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm is way over torque still, and it bugs me that they aren't bringing it down. It is entirely like a skill. Oh, God damn it! It's a skillless way to add artificial difficulty. It and Frozen Pulse. It annoys me that those things are in this game. That they're basically gear checks. Or if you don't have the toughness to survive it, you just don't. You just can't do anything about them. They're just free damage for the enemies, and they're basically to make sure you have the gear to handle the upper difficulties. They aren't difficult in and of themselves. They're avoidable, but it's just they're way too strong. Oh, don't freeze on me now. No, ah! That was my own fault, but, well, more my computer's fault. Because damage-wise, I'm handling pretty much everything here except the Thunderstorm. Oh. I need to not walk into the frozen stuff. But it's like, Thunderstorms. It's the main thing that's dealing damage to me. It's just, it feels way, way too strong. And it's been like that since pretty much the start of 2.0. Also, the smart drops hate me when it comes to offhanders. I get a ton of shields. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, but I just seem to get a lot of shields. And I'm playing a wizard. It's almost as bad as hitting two-handers. Now, you see, these worms are dealing a lot of damage to me, but I don't actually mind the worms dealing a lot of damage, because that's just the way the worms are. If they're an elite pack that had Thunderstorm, and there were worms with Thunderstorm, I'd probably just run by them, but... well, run by them as best I could. It's like demonic tremors. Yeah, they don't take a lot of damage. They take a lot to kill. It's totally fine to have the enemies like that. But it's when you have things like Thunderstorm that are just free damage for bad guys. It's just, oh crap. Ugh. I saw it. I saw the demonic forge and I was like, oh no, don't stop here. And I stopped there. Like an idiot. Eh, whatever.
Still waiting.
I was not even gonna bother with worms. Worms are just annoying to fight.
Need more time. Heal me.
Apparently this is a worm rift. I don't want to do. Because worms are annoying to fight.
Still waiting. I'm here. Not ready yet.
One of the best things about a Wand of Woe Wizard, you can stop and scratch the back of your head.
I'm just warming up.
Just keep mashing the explosive blast key.
Not ready yet.
Even in Arcane, I think Mirror Ball is the best wizard source.
Still waiting.
In case anyone was also wondering about that, I'm just not a fan of fire. I think it's just kind of boring. I'd rather be a wizard that's controlling like this elemental force of the universe than just, oh, I set things on fire. Worms, and Herald of Pestilences. The only reason I'm stopping to fight these guys is we're close to the Rift Guardian. I just want to hurry things along a little bit.
Need more time.
Incidentally, I love Loot 2.0. It's one of my, it's probably my favorite thing about the new game. Like, the wizard has, you know, it's gotten good buffs, but it needs more to move forward. Specifically in Meteor and Arcane Orb, I don't know why they don't just make those abilities high damage like they should be. But, like, they've done a great job on the loot in this game, done a great job on riffs. They're doing a great job on the big picture stuff. I just think some of the classes need upgrades. Upgrades to certain skills and builds and stuff. So, like, you look at, speaking of mirror balls, my mirror ball outputs something like 900 damage, is it? 240, and I have 60%. It's something like 900 damage per magic missile. Per shot. This is 3 magic missiles. 900% damage. Arcane Orb, I think, is 600 something right now. If you put Obliterate, it's 700 something. And that's 700 something to the same area as magic missiles. It's like, yeah, it hits, it explodes, and it moves really fast, but so what? It costs 30 arcane power to do that. Magic missiles cost nothing. Magic missiles wins out once you get a mirror ball. And mirror balls actually aren't hard to get. Even a 1 missile mirror ball is better than a lot of the spenders the wizard has. Arcane Orb should cost like 20 arcane power max for the damage it deals right now. Or it should deal 100 to 200 more damage for the arcane power it costs. Same thing with Meteor. Meteor should be like 1,000 damage a hit. Molten Impact should be like 3,000 damage a hit because of the cooldown they put on it. Just because of that delay. That delay is killer for the ability. Like, the only reason Star Pact is worth it is because you can get so much damage out of one shot, even with dealing with the delay of Meteor.
Not ready yet.
No, this may be trouble. Oh no. This might be trouble. Ah, it's trouble! Ugh. It's just these guys mixed with, they have ranged support spear throwers that are actually quite strong. Man, this has been a pretty good riff for items. Definitely not complaining about that. But yeah, I love Loot 2.0 because one of the things I actually really didn't like about Diablo 2 is trading, and I'm probably in the minority on that. But I actually preferred hunting and gathering my own items, and that's why I really love Loot 2.0. I could actually... Oh, crap. Ah, poopy. Here comes pain. Pain in the form of jumping. I think if he jumps, I'm just gonna run away. Probably I'm gonna be screaming and wetting myself while doing it, too. Just hope I can keep mirror images up.
Need more time. Still waiting.
Please don't jump on me. Please don't want to jump. No! Don't like jumping. Don't like the jumping. Alright, Are you done? Good.
Need more time.
But finding my own gear is something I enjoy doing. And I like that this game supports that.
Not ready yet.
I mean, yeah, people may never get a Wand of Woe, but people may never get a Wand of Woe because of the way the item works, the itemization works, because it's 1% chance to get it off of your wand drops. But okay, but calm down, you. Oh crap! Don't want it.
Not ready.
Don't want the jumping. You done, sport?
Still waiting.
So yeah, theoretically, you'll never see a wand. You may never see a Wand of Woe, but what's the alternative? You have to trade for it. I mean, it's the rarest wand in the game. And it's like, when you're trying to trade for it, you'd have to trade an entire oh crap, an entire stash worth of equipment to get it, if that person is going to trade it. And because of the smart drops, they're probably going to be a wizard, and they're probably going to want to use it themselves. So, honestly, I think having no trade in the system
Need more time.
is hugely beneficial to players. Especially because it rewards people who play the game,
Still waiting.
rather than people who know how to game a trading system or game, say, an auction house. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, keep in mind, this is all my opinion. I'm sure there are people who think otherwise. But that's a Torment 6
I
Rift.
need to go back.
My wizard can finally handle them. It's a joyous, 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 joyous day. Excuse me. Now let's see what I got. Sunkeeper. Or Flesh Terror. That's Sunkeeper. So, generic. Eh. What else was it? This chair. Oh, the boots. Yeah. A lot of Forgotten Souls.